For over 2 decades he was a ghost in the shadows, a man whose crimes were so horrific that the world refused to believe he even existed. Pedro López, the Beast of the Andes, one of history's most prolific serial killers. But what if I told you that his legacy didn't end with his capture? That, in the 1990s, whispers of a new predator surfaced in Colombia. One that mirrored the beast's methods. One that struck fear into an entire generation. This is the chilling story of the Beast of the Andes Copycat, the mysterious child killer who followed in the footsteps of pure evil. To understand the copycat, we must first revisit the original monster. Pedro López, born in 1948, terrorized Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru throughout the 1970s. He preyed on young girls, luring them into a false sense of security before committing unthinkable atrocities. His confirmed body count, over 110, his suspected count, over 300, and despite being caught, his fate remains a mystery to this day. Was he released? Did he disappear? Did he die? No one knows, but what we do know is that his crimes inspired something or someone to continue his twisted work. In the mid-1990s, a disturbing pattern emerged in Colombia. Young children, mostly girls, aged between 7 and 12, began vanishing in eerily similar circumstances to López's victims. Authorities dismissed the disappearances as unrelated incidents, but locals feared something far worse, a new serial predator. The media soon caught wind of the strange similarities. Victims were taken from rural villages, their bodies discovered miles away, buried in shallow graves. The placement of the bodies, the manner of the crimes, it was all too familiar. Colombian authorities initially refused to accept the idea of a copycat. Serial killers weren't as common in South America, or so they thought. But as reports piled up, and the number of missing children rose, detectives had no choice but to dig deeper. The cases pointed to a single individual, someone who had studied Pedro López's methods meticulously. Was it a devoted follower, a relative, or could it have been López himself returning to his old ways? Several suspects were brought in for questioning, but no concrete evidence ever led to an arrest. One theory suggested that an ex-convict, obsessed with the case of Pedro López, was recreating his crimes as an act of twisted admiration. Another, far more terrifying theory, that López, who was last seen in 1998 after being released from a psychiatric hospital, had never truly disappeared. Then, suddenly, the killings stopped. As quickly as they had begun, the disappearances ceased. No arrests were made. No official explanation was given. The Beast of the Andes copycat seemed to vanish into thin air. Was he caught and quietly silenced? Or did he simply move on, undetected? The case remains unsolved to this day. One thing is certain, true evil doesn't just disappear. Whether this copycat was ever found or whether more like him still lurk in the shadows, we may never know. But history has taught us that monsters, once awakened, are never truly gone. What do you think happened to the Beast of the Andes copycat? Was it an admirer, a disciple, or something much worse? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more true crime mysteries like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay safe.